The bulls are out on Wall Street. The major averages all closed at records. The Dow above 28,000 thanks to optimism on a trade deal, a rally in healthcare stocks, and an upbeat report on retail sales, which is an indication that the consumer, which has been powering this economy, is still strong. Here are the closing numbers. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 222 points to 28,004. The Nasdaq was up 61 and the S&P 500 added 23. It was the sixth straight weekly gain for the S&P 500, the longest win streak for that index since 2017. Bob Pisani takes a look at what to make of all this bullishness.
We had another day of record highs. Now the S&P has broken out of its trading range into record territory. Euphoria has been growing and pretty fast, frankly. A number of technicians have been positively giddy recently, but it's not just the chartists who feel good about the trends they're seeing. Even strategists and everyday retail investors are starting to get really gung-ho on the markets. Barclays, for example, says that small caps are at a turning point and they're poised to outperform. Morgan Stanley also thinks a key rotation from growth stocks into value stocks is beginning. Even the average retail investor is getting all bulled up, according to the latest investor sentiment survey. That's from the American Association of Individual Investors. High levels of bullishness. So why is everybody so excited? Well, you could chalk it up to a combination of a neutral and supportive Federal Reserve, better global growth outlooks for 2020, but remember, there's also seasonal strength, and there's higher hopes for an eventual U.S.-China trade deal that's also factoring very heavily into the equation. Everybody seems to think that FOMO, fear of missing out, is going to cause institutional players to buy into the end of the year. The only thing that can really throw a wrench in the works is a breakdown in the China negotiations. Still, some market observers are not impressed. So Brian Belsky at BMO Capital noted that many on Wall Street are habitually late to the party. He said people get bullish after the market rallies. That's a good point. He thinks there is some froth in the market as everyone on Wall Street chases performance going into the end of the year. And he does have a point. All this euphoria would be great if we were coming off of a big sell-off, but we're not. Stocks are at new highs. Breadth is strong. Put it all together, the market looks a little frothy right now. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Bob Pisani at the New York Stock Exchange.